Welcome back to Fast Recaps. Today I will show you an action movie called Hellboy. Spoilers ahead. Watch out. And take care. The time of 1944 is shown as the movie starts. It was the time when World War II had about ended. It was being held between Germans and UN. Leader of Germany Hitler wants to win from UN at any cost. There is also another character named Grigori. He was the man of Hitler. There are also two companions with Grigori, including a male and a female. Here Grigori's male companion wanted to do something great. Actually, he had succeeded to build a tool after a hard struggle of 5 years. It was such a tool that will unlock the portal of the other world. The purpose behind this is to aid Hitler to become victorious of war. So he starts processing to get victory in his mission. In this way, the portal of other world is unlocked. But they are attacked all of a sudden by UN army. There is a great battle between two forces. The open portal of another world. Professor attacks, throwing a bomb into it. That portal is locked as the bomb explodes. Grigori is also gone inside with the closing of the portal. Meantime, Grigori's two companions also run away. The professor says who was wounded, the portal of another world had been open for much time. There may be someone who had come outside. Immediately, they realize the stirring of someone at their back. While detecting, they find out a mysterious red child, whose right hand is bigger. Professor takes it in his lap, offering chocolate to him. In fact, it was another world's demon kid, who had arrived here because of the open portal. Afterwards, that kid is given a name, Hellboy, by army. Time flies and 60 years are passed. Grigori's men bring a man to a holy place. He is killed there after bringing him. That man's blood is gathered at a place while following. And Grigori, again steps in our world who had disappeared into another world. Professor comes on the scene who had grown older and fallen ill. Doctor said, "You have only 2 months for your life. After that, you will be passed away." Actually, doctors wanted to keep Professor in the hospital. But Professor says, "I want to be in my house because my son needs me." So Professor again comes back to his paranormal research center. Then Professor calls his chosen agent to his center after transferring him. First of all, Professor introduces agent to a priest, who predicts, reads books and the mental notes. Professor tells, "We searched him in the private cellar. He has a talent to read 4 books simultaneously." Then they proceed further where a senior agent arrives. Professor asks him, "Take him ahead with you." They enter a room where Hellboy is also present. Hellboy had grown up, but he was still looking boyish and vigorous even after 60 years. Witnessing him, Agent is left shocked. Hellboy asks Senior Agent, "Who is that guy?" Senior Agent tells, "He is your fellow." Hellboy says, "I don't need any supportive." Senior Agent whispers to other agent, "Give him the same chocolate which was given to you by Professor." Hellboy asks, seeing the chocolate, "Has father come?" Senior Agent replies, "Yes. He has come." Suddenly an emergency alarm beeps there. They together reach a place where some happening had occurred. That place was museum, where a creature had killed many people, approaching there. They go inside the museum. That priest tells Hellboy, using his capabilities, he is still inside. Hellboy asks everyone to wait outside and he himself moves inside. There is mysterious creature inside. At first sight, Hellboy puts it into death. Psychic species exposes that I have knowledge about this creature as Hellboy is coming outside. Actually, it is such a creature which has resurrection powers. Hellboy thinks, "I have apparently killed it, but it is still alive." There is again a tough fight between them and Hellboy once more ends it. After this, Hellboy leaves from there. His whole team reaches there after Hellboy's departure. Psychic species comes to know while touching the placed objects there that Grigori and his companions had visited there. They want to bring God of Evil to our world. And Grigori released that creature who had been killed recently by Hellboy. Knowing all, Professor gets worried. Psychic Species knows after touching the professor that he is terminally ill. Hellboy goes to the mental hospital, where he meets a girl named Liz. In fact, Liz was the team member of them. That girl had the pyrokinetic powers. There was no any hold of Liz on fire, which had already caused much devastation. It was the cause that she was admitted to that mental hospital. Hellboy says to her, "Come back with us." Liz tells, "I don't love to stay here. But there may be observed enough improvement from the time of my arrival here. No accident happened and I am able to hold the fire." Then Hellboy's members come there who take him back with him. There had appeared a scar on Hellboy's arm because of fighting with that creature. Psychic Species detects the eggs of that creature in Hellboy's wound when he checks him up. Psychic Species reveals that it can produce eggs in anyone while stinging. They cannot tolerate two things. One is brightness while other is heat. The darkness and the dampness are required for the maturation of these eggs. Hellboy had ended that creature in a basement. That place had such characteristics. Professor says to Hellboy, "You will go there with overall team members tomorrow and destroy all kept eggs there." In the following day, Psychic Species, Agent, and Hellboy reach that location. Reaching there, they begin to search for all eggs. Psychic Species goes down into the water and witnesses that creature has lain many eggs there. That creature is at that place who struggles to kill Psychic Species. But he comes out of the water at the exact time. Creature also appears outside and takes the life of two agents. Then Hellboy reaches there, and there is hard battle between him and that creature. And Hellboy kills him successfully. But there was also the mighty man of Gregorian whom no gunshot was affecting. He wounds the senior agents pathetically. That soldier pretends to be dead when Hellboy reaches there. And Hellboy considers it truth. All were wounded except Hellboy. These creatures will spread out the world if they don't take any action. And they will destroy everything. Light emits from the killed creature by Hellboy. It was clear that two creatures will come into being after killing one. On the other side, Professor brings Liz to that place where he used to reside. Meantime, Hellboy comes there who feels excitement, finding Liz there. Because he used to like Liz, but did not express his feelings to her yet. Contrarily, Professor is investigating Grigori Companion's dead body. He pretends himself as he has dead. Professor observes that there is not a single drop of blood in him. It was clear that he was not human. Then Professor moves downstairs. It is seen that the companion of Grigori has awakened. Who comes downstairs to the place of Professor, putting on his dress. Seeing him, Professor understands that it is a planned conspiracy against them. Professor says, "I have encountered the pawn, but who is the plotter or its king? Where is he?" Then Grigori is observed sitting there. He satirizes Professor, "Well done. It may not happen if you had killed Hellboy before 60 years. He says, "I show you a view of future." He touches Professor's forehead. As a result, Professor begins to visualize. Professor visualizes that Hellboy's both horns have much grown. The whole world is enveloped in fire. There is a fire in the surroundings. Grigori's same soldier kills him. Knowing it, Hellboy returns back. He is dejected, witnessing his dead father. Because he had no one in this world except his father. There is a note near Professor's dead body on which a name of location had been written. Afterwards, all together reach that location. But Psychic Species is not with them because he was fatally ill. They notice the ruins there, and they enter there. Suddenly, Grigori's man comes before them who had assassinated Professor. And he attacks Hellboy. And Hellboy knew that he is the murderer of his father. Hellboy was stronger than him. So he kills him, using his strength. At this time, Hellboy's men had been segregated from him. They also find the creature's nest where he had laid many eggs. And there are countless creatures who attach them. Hellboy also confronts them boldly, but it was not a child's play to fight with them. Because they were in large strength along with the power. When Liz notices it while coming there, she says to Agent, "Hit me so that I may be provoked. And I may produce fire." And that Agent acts the same, hitting on her face, and Liz's hand ignites. Liz asks that agent to hide himself somewhere. And that agent hides himself near the rocks somewhere. Liz eliminates all the creatures and their eggs, using his pyrokinetic power. Liz and Helba also lose their consciousness along with creatures ending. Coming into senses, Helba finds himself captured. And Grigori and his men are in front of him there. There was also Liz, who was unconscious. Agent was imprisoned. There was also a biggest rock, which was fallen from heaven and was the portal to open another world. Actually, it was lunar eclipse night, and the portal could be opened tonight. Grigori asks, Helba, do you know why your hand is bigger? In fact, it is the key to open the portal of another world. Now it is your task that you will open the portal of another world for us. Helba bluntly refuses it. Grigori asks, will you not do it for the soul of Liz? And he transforms Liz's soul into him. Her soul is waiting for you on the other side if you want to see Liz alive again. You will have to open the portal to secure Liz now. Helba tries to damage the locks. Grigori tells, your real identity has been written on these locks. You cannot damage these locks without calling your true identity. You will have to utter your real name. Speak out your real name. Those locks are unlocked when Helba speaks out his real name. And Helba's horns are grown bigger. There was also a crown of flame on them. He moves to a rock which was the portal of another world. It was midnight and there had been a complete lunar eclipse. Helba puts his hand into the hole of that rock and starts unlocking it. A brightest light emits which leads to the moon. And the portal of another world is unlocked. And the supervillain is also released. Now Helba had to open that lock through which God of Evil will step in our world. When Helba is about to unlock it, Agent says to him, do you know, who are you? Don't forget your identity. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who your father was. And he throws the crucifix of his father's rosary. Noticing it, Helba recalls his father's wishes, virtue and his own virtue. And he breaks his both big horns which had grown right now. That portal is locked as both horns break off. And he pierces a horn into Grigori. After that, he begins to leave, lifting Liz. Then Grigori, who is not dead but still alive. He says, what have you done? You have brought into life a new creature after killing me. And a monstrous creature appears from him. At the first, it ends Grigori's female partner, then it attacks. Helba confronts it and also fights, but this monstrous creature is mightier. Helba has a bomb and he lets that creature to engulf him. Helba explodes that explosive when he is completely engulfed by that creature. As a result, that creature is exploded into pieces. Here that monstrous creature is also ended. Helba comes back safe and sound. He comes to that agent and Liz. Liz was still not in her senses. Helba whispers in Liz's ear, why did I not understand that you were mine and you are mine? Hearing these words, Liz restores her senses. Helba and Liz embrace each other. Here the part 1 of the movie completes with happy ending. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.